Oh dear gracious and save us all. We're starting again. Why did I go American? Apologies, America. Love you. Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Oh, do you like my t-shirt today? I was like going funky, so it's like social media. I absolutely love it. It's like Facebook, Twitter, likes, Google. You got it all there. I don't know where I got it. I think it was like TK Maxx 3 or 4 years ago. But yeah, today, sorry for the glare in my glasses, but I have to wear my glasses because I am struggling to see. So today, I'm going to be speaking about mental health because it's mental health week. I don't actually know whether I'm going to post this video this week or not, but because I wasn't feeling 100%, I thought this was the ideal time to talk about it because I'm an emotional person and I needed to kind of just sit and de-stress for a day or so. Revision's really getting on top of me right now. The weather's glorious and I just can't appreciate it because I'm revising. It's just horrible. So I'm basically going to be telling you a little bit about my story, how I was bullied through school, how I combated being bullied, and how I've kind of dealt with certain things throughout my life. And hopefully if you're going through it, have been through it, we can share notes. You can take maybe tips from this. Whatever you want to take out of it, I hope it's positive, and I hope it's what you wanted to hear rather than I know this already. Before we get into this video, as you will know if you've watched my previous vlog, I went to the Vamps concert recently, and one thing that came out of it, which I'm really kind of, it's crazy because I feel like God really wants me to speak to you guys about this, which people would disagree with and agree with, I don't know, but one picture circulated through the internet. It was of Brad and their backup act. I know that's not the right terminology, but I'm going to go with it. It was Brad and Sabrina. Brad is the main vocalist in the band, if you don't know about that. And these pictures were taken in actually Manchester Arena, so I was there and I saw this happen. Emergency services, I love you, but this is not the time. Thank you. Yeah, basically this circulated with loads of hate comments below it. In the pictures they kind of were like happy to the point where you might think this was something going on, but if you were at the concert you will know that those pictures were taken in like maybe a few minutes. It wasn't that long that they were standing there beside each other as they are in the pictures, and actually I think they were bouncing off the crowd. I don't actually think there was any relationship going on there. If there is, well, good for them. I mean, they deserve to be happy together, but for the hate that was going around, I think it was really unnecessary. A lot of people were saying how they don't think Sabrina is the right girl for Brad. In my back of my mind was like, but how do we know that? Why does society make us do that to each other, like make ourselves look jealous, look angry, and not support relationships and whatnot? As far as I know, the other boys in the band, they all have girlfriends, they're all happily in relationships, and I know one of the girlfriends, just because I follow like her on Instagram, she said like recently about people sometimes posting hate and just thinking, why follow me? And that is totally true, guys. Like, if you have a problem with seeing them happy and you don't want to follow the girlfriends because it's going to aggravate you, just don't do it. But if you want to be a supportive fan for them, already, I don't know whether Brad's in a relationship or not, to be honest. It's his business, it's no one else's. And like, don't get me wrong, I do have celebrity crushes. I can see how those guys are really attractive, but yeah, I know it's not real, it's not going to happen, and nothing's going to come out of it, personally. And I know it's really easy to say this now, you know, being like near my 20s and growing up and realising this stuff, and it's kind of harder to see when you're younger. I just really want to encourage you guys to not spread hate about each other. Really think about what you're saying before you're posting on social media, because in a couple of years time you might look back at that and think, what was I doing? And even though you delete the photo's already been spread and the thoughts that you put underneath have already been spread. It doesn't mean that you're not entitled to your own opinions and spreading your own opinions, but yeah, just think before you speak, outwardly, and especially when you post on the internet. Now we're going to go right into this video and talk about myself. I'm going to try to do this really quickly because it gets boring when it's really long. So as you will clearly see, I am Northern Irish. I am a person who doesn't wear a lot of makeup a lot of the time, and I don't think it was because I was bullied because I wasn't wearing makeup. I think it was really because when I was young, I was not the prettiest girl. I would have said that out of the ducklings that swam in the pond of school life, I was the ugly duckling, I have to say. I'm gonna put my hands up there. People might disagree with me, but I know I wasn't pretty. I didn't really get bullied in primary school. It kind of started in secondary school, and at the time it just wasn't a brilliant time that it happened because a lot of things were happening in my life. As you may or may not know, I'm a Christian, so at that time I was very conflicted on whether I wanted to become a Christian, whether I was a Christian, yada yada yada, and I felt really low in my first year going into my second year at secondary school. Bit of background for you guys, I went to a grammar school in Northern Ireland, and in Northern Ireland, as far as I know, none of the secondary schools are privatised. So you have grammar schools, you have high schools, you have integrated schools, which is like integrated through religion, and then you have like special needs schools and whatnot. But I went to a grammar school, so that meant that I stayed from first year the whole way through until I came here for university. So I did my A-levels and my GCSEs at the same school. I didn't move to college. And yeah, I was like a normal teenager. I liked the popular guys, and I knew that one of these guys, and I kind of messaged him. I don't know whether you remember BBM. BBM was lit back in the day. It was a BlackBerry Messenger thing. Yeah, it was just crazy when I think back to like how people used to communicate with each other. Like Bebo, I was never allowed on Bebo, like the early days of Facebook and stuff like that. But I messaged this guy, and actually he wasn't the problem. Like, fair enough, it was probably silly and I did look a bit pathetic and whatnot, so I'm not going to say that it was his fault or whatever. And again, can I just emphasize, I'm not pointing fingers to anybody particularly, I'm just trying to address my story. And the guys that were his friends were the ones that I would have said bullied me. And it happened basically, I would say maybe like second year to at least fourth or fifth year. Just because I was a bit ditzy anyway, so you can imagine. Everybody thought I was like the clever kid. I really wasn't. Like, my friends were really clever, but I was in that crowd where I really wanted to work hard to achieve what I wanted to achieve in life, and I really got stuck in like Scripture Union, which is kind of like the Christian Union in university, only for like schools. I got really stuck into choir and the music department, the drama department, loads of societies. But the bullying started because of that guy, and the way I kind of handled it might have not have been brilliant, but they will not know this, but because of the bullying and the effect that the bullying had, I felt really low. And I'm trying to get through this without crying, because I don't want people feeling sorry for me. I just wanted to be able to tell my story, because I know people go through this and a lot harder situations. But I felt really low to the point where I didn't want to live anymore. Like, it was really hard for me. I'm gonna have to take off my glasses because I'm crying. Yeah, I felt really low. And this actually, funny enough, was after I became Christian. I kind of felt a little bit like this before I became a Christian. I became a Christian, I was like really high up and like woo, I was on a high, and then I like crashed. At the time I'm trying to combat my faith, because being a Christian means you don't do certain things that other people tend to do. And growing up, my friends were so good, so supportive. I love them and I'm still really friendly with them today. But yeah, it was just really emotional for me because I felt really down, and also because I felt ugly and because I felt unloved and because I didn't feel good about myself. Externally, I was happy. I was trying to make people think that I was happy, but actually inside I was really suffering. and it got to the point where between 4th and 5th year, so like GCSEs, I lost weight. I was never diagnosed as like a really bad form of eating disorder, but like I never had to go to the doctor for it, but I would say in my own heart of hearts, I know now that it was really bad. And looking back at photos, I look far too skinny. And even though my friends and my family constantly were telling me, Ellie, you're not well, you don't look well, I was like, no, I'm fine, stop it, I'm okay. But basically, guys, because of bullying, I not only felt like I shouldn't be on earth anymore, I felt like I shouldn't be the size that I am. I just wasn't good. So it would have been a form of bulimia that I would have had, where I ate or I didn't eat and then I ate loads and made myself sick. And even thinking about it now just hurts me so much, because seeing my teenage self is just like, don't be doing that to yourself, that is not good for you. And even now I would say that I've got over it. I was not friendly with the people that were bullying me or whatever, but I got over the whole idea of this bullying thing. I grew up, I realized that there's more to life than people who bully you. And by the way, guys, if you're thinking, why are people bullying me, it's probably because they've been bullied or their friends are bullying them and they can't admit that, so they want someone else to target and they hurt you. And if you're being bullied, like so many people tell you this, it makes you stronger. It really does. It will make you the person you are. And even if you can't see through it now, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I know how it feels to be like depressive and to feel like your whole world is crashing under your feet and you can't do anything about it. But my advice to you would just be to stick with it, because I'm now here at university and I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my family, if it wasn't for the encouragement, but definitely if it wasn't for my faith. And I know some of you guys will never want to become religious, and that is perfectly fine. I would advise you then to surround yourself with people that love you, that show love for you, and then actually tell your teachers that you're being bullied, because I know it's really hard to do it and it's easier said than done, but if you don't do anything about it, you are going to feel awful. And don't go through this alone. Don't do what I did and go through it alone until the point where I just broke and I had to tell people. Now, what can I say since I moved on? You probably noticed that I still do struggle with my weight. I am not skinny in any way. I would say that I might be more toned now. Like, I'm bigger than what I used to be when I was like at my lowest point, or at my like smallest like weight wise. I feel comfortable now. I feel loved. I still haven't been in a relationship with anyone, and you know what, girls and guys out there who are single and maybe haven't been in a relationship yet or haven't had sex yet or whatever, you have a time, and there is a time for everything and there's a purpose for everything. And if you're not ready to commit to a relationship or you're not ready to lose your virginity, then that's perfectly okay. And do not let anyone ever force you into doing something you don't want to do, because you're loved by someone who loves you more than anybody on earth could, whether you know it, whether you want to acknowledge it or not. Yeah, I just want to be a positive person on this channel. That is my story. I don't really have anything else to say because of timing. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that this has helped you in some way. Tips, advice, just talk to someone. Just surround yourselves with people that encourage you, that love you. And actually, what I found was really, really good is when I was strong enough, I faced up to them. I kind of put a bit of cheek back at them and they didn't like it. And ever since then, they never bothered me. They never really bothered me at all. They just acknowledged that I was going to be different to them. I wasn't going to participate in stuff that they wanted me to do, or they thought that it was funny that I didn't do. And really now, I think it's mutual respect for each other. I know that most of them are maybe at university. I don't actually know where most of them went after school. But you know what? I wish them all the best. And hopefully now, maybe if they're watching this, I don't want them to feel guilty about what they did. I want to thank them actually for putting me through that, for making me see me at my lowest point and actually be encouraged and inspired by that to talk about this on YouTube. Because if it wasn't for them, like I said, I wouldn't be the person I am today. I wouldn't be strong, and I wouldn't be strong enough to sit here and say that you made me the person I am. If you are bullying someone else, ask yourself, why are you doing this? this isn't fair, this isn't right, and if you have problems, address your problems and don't try and push it off on someone else by bullying them. So yeah, that's all I really have to say, beautiful people. Apart from the fact that if you're going through exams like me, whether it's university, A-levels, GCSEs, or just little skill exams, all the best. I hope the revision's going well. And remember, beautiful people, keep smiling, because you know that your smile is so, so important. You're so loved, you're so worthy, you are so welcome to life, and enjoy life to the full, beautiful people. And I will see you very, very soon for more videos, but spread love and not hate in 2017. Mwah! Bye! Hi there, want to watch more? Click right over here. If you want to subscribe to my channel, you can click on my face, or you can press the red button below this video. Once there, don't forget to hit on the bell button so you get notified for all my videos that I upload. And if you want to follow me on social media, just click on the icons under my channel banner.